With their top three scorers from last year, Volsky, Aquino, and Michael Bernays, all gone, the 2006-07 season turned out to be a rebuilding year for the battalion, and with a new focus came a new captain, defenseman John DeGray. One of the rookies expected to make a big impact on the team was Cody Hodgson.
The coaches are giving me a lot of responsibility, and I just try and do my best. I got great line mates that I'm playing with right now, and just having a lot of fun.
I think he's the type of kid that will come in and have an impact his first year, like a Jason Spezza did here, or a Jay McClemick, or Wojtek Wolski, and that's a pretty high company to be compared to.
Now in his second season, Brampton native Brian Pitton was ready to be the team's starting goaltender. The Troops started the season by gaining points in 6 of their first 8 games, but then lost 9 of their next 10. On November 7th, the battalion sent left winger Aaron Snow and a 6th-round pick to the Belleville Bulls in exchange for John Hughes, the first overall pick in the 2004 OHL Priorities selection. By mid-season, Brampton sat at the bottom half of the Eastern Conference, and a berth in the postseason was uncertain. On January 10th, Stan Butler completed the biggest trade in battalion history when he sent defenseman Phil Oreskovic and forward Howie Martin to Owen Sound in exchange for defenseman Dalen Flatt, forward Thomas Stajan, 4 draft picks, and 2 import picks. Earlier in the month, former NHL defenseman Drake Barahowski joined the battalion as an assistant coach. The 1992 OHL Defenseman of the Year helped Brampton finish with 27 wins and 59 points as the battalion captured the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Brampton entered the playoffs as a big underdog to the top-seeded Barrie Colts. The Colts won Game 1 of the series on home ice, sealing a 4-2 win with an empty net goal. With Game 2 at the Powerade Center, the battalion had a chance to return the favor. The Troops led 2-1 midway through the third period when Nick Plastino scored the game-tying goal, sending the game into overtime. Neither team was able to score in the first OT, sending the game to a 5th period where Brian Little was able to give the Colts a 2-0 series lead. Despite their spirited effort, Brampton was eliminated in 4 straight games. John Hughes led the team in regular season and playoff points, while Luke Lyons was the top goal scorer. At the OHL priority selection, the battalion selected forward Matt Duchesne, 5th overall.
It was a huge honor. It was a dream come true, and I was really excited to get started, and had a lot of fun playing here last year.
In June, Brampton acquired all-star defenseman Bobby Sanguinetti from Owen Sound while sending back 5 of the 6 draft picks they received from the Attack in the Oreskovic trade earlier in the year. The battalion entered 2007-2008, their 10th year in the OHL, a year older and a year wiser.
We gave our team a lot of confidence at the start of the year, and showed that our coach had confidence in our team as well, and we had a good chance to go pretty far.
This year I came in at the start of the year after the trade from Owen Sound, and the adjustment was great. I mean, the coaching staff was a lot of help, and the older guys coming in just helped me get comfortable. So coming in was great, and the guys really opened me up from there.
In October, Stan Butler wanted to add more toughness to his lineup, so he acquired Cody Musselman on waivers from the Oshawa Generals.
And when I first got here, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew we had a good club, and it was a great group of guys in the room.
We felt for the price that we could get Cody for, he'd be a good fit for our hockey team.
My role this year is kind of more of a, physical style player. Obviously, if I had to go drop the gloves, there's absolutely no problem me doing that. But mainly, it was just to be a physical player on the ice. Try and intimidate the other team with big hits, just physical play, always be in their face, and always have them looking over their shoulder when I was on the ice.
On December 5th, with the battalion sitting 6 games over 500, Brampton acquired Detroit Red Wing draft pick Corey Emerton from the Kingston Frontenacs. Just 2 days later, the battalion picked up Zach Shepley, an overage defenseman that helped the Plymouth Whalers capture the OHL championship in 2007.
Corey is actually my roommate there. But I think we made the adjustment easier for him to kind of know somebody coming in. Zach Shepley, he just went to the Memorial Cup last season with Plymouth, and brought a lot of experience, and I was able to share a lot of experiences with his team last year and try to bring that to our team.
Obviously, whenever we get a guy like Corey Emerton and a seasoned veteran like Shepley, you know that our coaches and our organization has confidence in us to go far, and that said a lot for our team, and we went on a big roll after that, so I think that was a huge confidence booster for us.
Later that month, Bobby Sanguinetti left the team to take part in the World Championships as a member of Team USA. Upon their return to the lineup, the battalion started to roll. They finished the season by winning 22 out of the final 33 games to clinch their third Central Division crown in the past 6 seasons. As the second seed, Brampton was matched up against the Barrie Colts, the same team that eliminated them from the playoffs the previous 2 seasons.
I think we just got to bring the same intensity we brought during the season and kind of even step it up a little bit more because it's playoffs, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Game 1, we knew that coming into the series it was going to be a tight checking game and tight checking series. We know they had a great goalie and a pretty defensively oriented team.
In the opening game of the series, the battalion were unable to solve rookie netminder Michael Hutchinson and lost 3-1. Things didn't look better in Game 2 as the troops trailed 2-1 in the third period, despite outshooting the Colts by a large margin. Brampton headed home for a must-win in Game 3. In Game 4, the battalion fired 62 shots on Hutchinson, but were headed into overtime, tied 1 apiece. Despite being down 3-1 in the series, the battalion had confidence in a comeback.
The story of the whole series was Michael Hutchinson. He was the first star 4 to 5 games, and to his credit, we just couldn't find a way to score him.
I think everybody was trying to score in the sense that their defense were enjoying the rush and everything, and just trying to generate offense. And like I said, it was just the same as the rest of the series, just a hard-fought battle where low-scoring games, and you got to give Barrie credit that that's the game that they knew they'd have to play in order to win. And they just played to the tee, and they buried on their few chances, and we couldn't on ours.
For the third consecutive season, the Colts handed the battalion a first-round playoff exit.
Last year we had a really good team. I think we could have done a lot better. We had a lot of potential, and obviously we underachieved. We went out in the first round, but a lot of positives came out of that year, and we can look back and take a lot of positives out of that season, but we're looking forward to this year and doing a lot better.
In May, the battalion picked up forward Sam Carrick in the first round of the OHL priority selection. Then in June, Cody Hodgson was picked 10th overall by the Vancouver Canucks in the NHL draft.
I loved it out there. First of all, when I got out there, it's obviously a beautiful city and great people, and then when you get there, it's all about hockey. Right from the rookie camp to the main camp and the exhibition games. Just had a ton of fun out there. I love the intensity. It's just a one-of-a-kind atmosphere out there. I just thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it.
As a team, we don't really expect much less than we did last year. I mean, we have a group of young guys that can really play hockey, and we're expecting a lot.
I think we had a really good regular season last year. Obviously, the playoff wasn't exactly what we wanted, but I think this year we can duplicate our success last year during the season and hopefully do better in the playoffs.
The battalion opened the 2008-09 season by losing 6 of their first 8 games. With Cody Hodgson at the Vancouver Canucks training camp, Brampton had trouble finding the back of the net.
I guess we don't have